Hello, friends. Welcome back to Get Happy, Be Fit. I have some exciting news today. As I have mentioned recently, I am prepping for some NPC bikini competitions that will be happening later this year. And for financial reasons, I was trying to go it on my own, but I have been so stressed out and worried about whether I'm actually on track or not. Even though I can kind of tell I've been getting leaner, my weight hasn't really gone anywhere. And simply put, even though I know what I'm doing when it comes to nutrition and workouts, prepping for a show like this is on a whole other level, and there is so much more strategic planning that has to go into it. So I bit the bullet and reached out to Ryan from Team Legacy. They are what I would call my dream team, and that it would be an absolute dream to train with them. And I had an amazing phone call with Chris, who is one of their coaches, and drum roll please, I am now officially a Team Legacy athlete. I have been so freaking excited about this week. And I also really didn't realize just how stressed I was about this prep until this huge weight was lifted off of my shoulders after knowing I had someone with more knowledge and experience coaching me. There is so much information out there about competition prep and how to do it on your own without a coach. And my brain felt like it was going to explode trying to do this all myself. And it really took me back to when I was obsessively researching weight loss and found so many conflicting opinions and answers. Getting lost and confused and overwhelmed is almost inevitable when researching how to lose weight. The science is relatively simple because it's all about energy balance, which is calories in versus calories out. But if the science is so simple, why is losing weight so hard? Some of it is simply willpower, being willing to make effective choices, be disciplined and consistent. It also takes being extremely honest with yourself about what it is you are eating and doing and taking responsibility for those actions. There should never be shame attached to any of those things. But if you want to see change, you have to make changes. And for a lot of people, that is the biggest and most difficult step when it comes to weight loss. A lot of times, having someone else in your corner, like a coach or an accountability buddy, which is one of my favorite titles ever, makes that step easier. But what about the people who have owned those things and are trying to exercise and count their calories but aren't seeing the results? Sometimes it boils down to lack of information regarding how many calories you're actually burning and how many you're actually consuming. It gets incredibly discouraging when you think you're eating in a caloric deficit, but you never see any change. It's also discouraging when you feel like you are dying during your workouts, but the scale isn't moving. One of the things that contributes to this is pre-packaged food and food from restaurants. While you can absolutely lose weight with pre-packaged and restaurant food in your diet, the sad fact is they do not have extremely reliable nutrition information available. A package could say one serving is blank amount of calories, but then there are 4 servings in that package, and not everyone takes that into consideration when counting those calories. There is also an allowed margin of error of 20% on packaged food, which means that what you're eating could have 20% more calories than what is listed. And when entering restaurant food into a calorie counting app, there's no way to know if those calories are 100% correct because the people preparing it are generally not weighing and measuring everything they put on your plate. For instance, when I'm not prepping, I can easily eat Chipotle because rice, chicken, and salsa easily fits into my macros. But when I'm prepping, I need to be exact with what my macros are. And I can't ever know if what I'm entering on a calorie tracking app is actually the amount of food they put in my meal. Unless I weighed and measured it all separately, there is a lot of room for error. A little margin of error is fine, which is why I do eat Chipotle a lot when I'm not prepping. But if everything you're eating could possibly be 20% or more calories, you're not getting accurate information and could very well be eating 300 to 500 more calories than you think you are. And that can make a huge difference. And similarly with working out, it may feel like you absolutely crushed it at the gym to the extent that you were red and sweaty and so out of breath you couldn't talk. But that doesn't mean you burned 1,000 calories. A difficult workout rarely burns as many calories as it feels like it did, but a lot of people tend to think, oh man, I pushed really hard today. I'm gonna have a burger, fries, and a shake. And there is nothing at all wrong with having a burger, fries, and a shake. Food and eating is never inherently bad or wrong, but what I see a lot of is people working out, eating a lot, then being really frustrated that they're working so hard and not losing weight. The workout is still doing something great for your body. You're still improving your cardiovascular function and you're still building muscle. But if your goal is weight loss and you're not seeing those results, it's somewhat rare to see someone stick with that level of workout intensity. And by the same token, I've seen people who started working out like that and stuck with it because they were loving how much stronger they were getting and they had fun with the working out. So they kept eating delicious meals after every workout, but they also kept pushing themselves just as hard or harder during those workouts. I've seen people like this start to see physique changes over a longer span of time because they were getting fitter, even if they weren't seeing drastic weight loss results. Working out is always a good decision, even if you're not looking to lose weight. But if that's your goal and you're not seeing those results, most people don't stick to it. There is so much information out there, and people try to simplify it by telling you to do keto or intermittent fasting or basically anything that keeps you from having to count calories. But there is no quick or easy fix, and even with science as simple as calories in versus calories out, we can still be left scratching our heads and discouraged at our lack of progress. This is why I feel like being in a good headspace, being content in life, and being able to have fun and be happy, regardless of the way you look, is so important. Losing weight and getting fit is doable, but it does take a certain level of discipline and commitment, as well as a hefty helping of patience and honesty. And from a coach who has a coach, if hiring someone to take that pressure off of you is worth it, I highly recommend it. Even if I'm not the coach you choose, there is the right coach for everyone, and it may take some time for you to find that person. And if you can't go that route for money reasons or whatever reason, it's super helpful to have an accountability partner who is also trying to lose weight or who has lost the weight and is continuing a lifestyle that keeps it off. There are people out there with tons of knowledge and experience who can help you, even when you feel like nothing you're doing is working and there is no answers. There is always an answer. And when you find the right person, they help you find that answer in a way that works for you, that doesn't beat you down, that doesn't make you feel like it's you and you just have no willpower and you're terrible. It's just important that you find the person who works best for you. And that may not be the first person you find, but it could be worth finding that exact right coach. And there are also countless people who have the same goals as you and could also benefit from an accountability buddy type partnership. So don't ever feel like you have to go it alone, because you absolutely do not. You don't have to go it alone because you're not alone. All right, that's all for today.